Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you, my dear students? I welcome you all in our English class. This is our lecture number 29. You have your books with you. Open your books. This is the front page of your book. Okay, then open page number 64, chapter 19. Today we are going to read chapter number 19. It's a very simple chapter. Just we start reading, then I will explain you. Let's see. Omar, I went to school yesterday, didn't I? Uzma, yes, you did. I told you previously that two dot means a boy Omar is saying something. Omar, then two dot. This is called colon. Colon. These are punctuation marks, and we use these marks colon for mention that someone is saying something. Suppose Omar colon means Omar is saying, I went to school yesterday, didn't I? Then he asked the question. First, he informed that I went to school yesterday. It's just information that he went to school yesterday. Then he asked the question to the next person. Didn't I? Then Uzma said, look, after Uzma, again there is two dot means colon. Now Uzma is saying, it means Uzma is answering to Umar, yes, you did. Again, Omar, I didn't go on a picnic. Did I? First the information, then the question, did I? Then Uzma is answering, no, you didn't or did not. Omar, you went to school yesterday, didn't you? Uzma, yes, I did. Omar, you didn't go on a picnic, did you? Uzma, no, I didn't. Umar and Maruf, we rode on a bus yesterday, didn't we? Uzma, yes, you did. Umar and Maruf, we didn't ride in an airplane, did we? Uzma, no, you didn't. Have you noticed one thing? Omar is saying a simple sentence, just giving the information that I went to school yesterday. It's a positive sentence that Omar is telling that I went to school yesterday. Now look the questions. It's in the negative. Didn't I means did not I? Understand? A simple sentence, it's a positive sentence. Then when he is asking the question, he used the negative. Didn't I? Uzma said, yes, you did. The answer is in yes, because the sentence, the information is in a affirmative sentence, means the positive sentence. So answer should also be in yes. And look again here, Umar, I didn't go on a picnic. This is the negative sentence. Omar is saying, I did not go on a picnic. Now look the question. Did I? There is no didn't I. When here is not, didn't means did not, then in the question we ask simply, did I? Here is no not is used. Then in the question, here is did not I. Remember these points in your mind, then we will use these in the next exercise when we have to do the exercises on the next page. Okay? When here is didn't, then the answer is did I, and no, the question is did I, and then the answer is no. Here it's a simple positive sentence, question negative, then answer yes. It's a negative sentence, question positive, and then answer no. Remember this. When there is didn't, then answer should be in no. When there is no, then answer is yes. These exercises is just for your practice. You do it by your own, by seeing these questions that how they make. Okay, just one I will read for you. Omar went to school yesterday. Look, Omar went to school yesterday. Now we are talking about the third person. Here is the first person, but here Omar is the third person that I am telling you that Omar went to school. Not Omar is saying this. If there is two dot, then it means Omar himself saying this. But here I'm giving you information that Omar went to school yesterday. Now what I use here, he. Didn't he? Here Omar said, didn't I? But because I'm telling you about the Omar, so I said, didn't he? Then the answer should be what I told you, yes, he did. Here the answer is yes, you did. But here, because we are using the word he, the pronoun he instead of Omar, then we say yes, he did. Omar didn't go on a picnic, did he? No, he didn't. This word we use. It's just for your practice. No need to write in a notebooks. Just read it and try to give the answers and complete the question. No, you have to just give the answers here. Again, this is for your information, for understanding. Read out 12 good questions and answers. Look, we like ice cream. Here it is the positive sentence. We like ice cream. Simple information. Then how you gonna ask the question? Don't we? Here is no. They didn't use the word not. So the question should be in the negative. Don't you or don't we? We like ice cream. Don't we? Yes, we do. Now here, you don't like ice cream. Here, don't, then question should be, do you? You don't like ice cream, but the question, do you? Then the answer in the negative. No, I don't. They don't like ice cream, do they? No, they don't. They like ice cream, don't they? Yes, they do. By practicing it, by reading again, then you will understand that it's very easy to understand. It's very easy to make sentences and then question and then the answer. He likes ice cream, doesn't he? Look what I told you in the last lecture about the present simple tense where you use s with the third person singular, he, she, or the dog, any one animal. Likes. Then in the negative, what I told you, doesn't or does. He doesn't like ice cream. Does he? No, he doesn't. Okay, children, it's for your practice. Read it, then do this exercise by your own. Just verbally, just reading and doing practice. No need to write. And then this table, by reading this table, you can understand and you can have a practice. Then on the next page, we have the exercise on page number 65, exercise number 3. This you should do in your notebook. What you are going to do, exercise number 3, you will write it in your notebook. Finish these questions and answer them. Same like the previous page. Examples, you like sweets, don't you? Yes, I do. He doesn't go to school, does he? No, he doesn't. She likes swimming, doesn't she? Yes, she does. Understand? You like reading. Then how you make the questions? Do, here is written, you like reading. It's not the negative sentence, it's a simple information. Then the question should be in the don't you. How you can make a question? Don't you? Then what will be the answer? Yes, I do, or yes, you do. You don't like singing, do you? No, I don't. Okay, let's see here. You like reading, don't you? Yes, I do. You don't like singing, do you? No, I don't. She likes singing, doesn't she? This is the question. Look here. Here is the blank. So here you write the question. Then in the next line, you have to answer these questions. She likes singing, doesn't she? Yes, she does. She doesn't like walking. Doesn't? Does she? No, she doesn't. He lives in Pakistan, doesn't he? Yes, he does. He doesn't live in England, does he? No, he doesn't. We go to school, don't we? Yes, we do. We don't go to work, do we? No, we don't. They wear shirts, don't they? Yes, they do. They don't wear coats, do they? No, they don't. This exercise you write in your notebook. And by reading the first page, having practice with the tables and these questions, then you can do this exercise easily and in a good writing, write in your notebooks. Okay, children? Then we have a story about the Tom Thumb. And this is Tom Thumb 3, means it has part 1, part 2, and this is part 3. Part 1 and part 2 is not included in the scheme of studies, just the part 3. So if you are interested, then you can read it in your book in chapter 17 and 18. Part 1 and part 2. It's a simple story about a very little boy whose size was not more than the man's thumb. You know the thumb, the finger in your hand, the small finger. Yes, we call it thumb, by which you hold the pencil and write. So the size of that boy is like the thumb. That's why his name was Tom Thumb. It's a very interesting story. If you want, then you can read it on the same book on page number 60 and then on page number 63, part 1 and part 2. This is part 3. Okay, let's read. There was a tree near the window. Tom climbed down one of the branches of the tree and reached the ground. The ground beneath the tree was very muddy. Poor Tom fell into the mud. All his fine clothes were very dirty. One of the gold coins was in the mud. The man did not see it. Tom fell over it. "This is mine," he said. "It belongs to me. I shall keep it. It will be a reward for my trouble." He took the coin home and gave it to his parents. All the gold coins belonged to a king. The next day, the king went to the building to get some to give to poor people. There were no gold coins there. The king sent for the leader of his army of soldiers. "Send your soldiers to find my money," he ordered. The soldiers came to Tom's home. They found the gold coin. They took the Tom's parents to the king. "These are the thieves. They took your money," they said. Tom went to the king. He told him about the strangers. "My parents are not thieves," he said. "They are honest people." The king's soldiers quickly caught the two strangers. The king got all his gold again. He punished the men. He sent them to prison. But, he sent them to prison. That was their punishment. He did not punish Tom. Tom went home with his parents. They all felt very happy. Okay, now we have the question answer about this story. It's a very interesting story. Look, what they're asking, how did Tom get down from the window? Look, Tom climbed down one of the branches of the tree. How did Tom make his clothes muddy? All the answers are present in the story. What did he find in the mud? One of the gold coins was in the mud. Okay. What did the king know? What did he do with the gold coin? What did the king want to do with some of the coins? Let's see the answers. Here is the answer of these questions. Again, these you must write in your notebooks. How did Tom get down from the window? He got down from one of the branches of the tree. As you read it in the story, that there is near the window there is a tree, and Tom got down from the branch of a tree. How did Tom make his clothes muddy? He fell into the mud and all his fine clothes became very dirty. What did he find in the mud? He found the gold coin. What did he do with the gold coin? He gave it to his parents because they were very poor. What did the king want to do with some of the coins? He wanted to give some to the poor people, to help the poor, because the king was very nice and helpful for the poor peoples. Okay, these question answers write in your notebooks. And then what to do? We will move to the workbooks. Now close your books and you have to complete your work after the class. Then we have our workbooks. Open workbook, page number 40, chapter 19. And what you are seeing here, this is HW, means this is your homework, because same exercises just we have practiced in the book. As I told you, when the sentence is in the positive manner, then a question, then answer. They go every day, don't they? Yes, they do. He likes when S, then you use does. He likes swimming, doesn't he? Yes, he does. Okay, they like painting, don't they? Yes, they do. You need to write the answers only, not making the question. Questions is already here, so it's very easy. So that's what's your homework. She went to Murray, didn't she? When the verb is in the past tense, the second form of the verb, then you use the did. She went to Murray, didn't he? Yes, she did. He enjoys singing, doesn't he? Yes, he does. So see these words carefully. All when there is the verb is in present, then you write don't or does. And when it's in the second form, means the past tense, then you use the word didn't. Same like here. Look, short answer, no. These all answers are in yes. Here you use no. She doesn't live in Murray, does she? No, she doesn't. Okay, children? And page 41 is also your homework. Here you again have to make the question also, just like you did the book exercise, exercise number 3. Okay. Okay, done with our, this is, I'm telling you, he walks to school. He walks to school. S means does. Doesn't he? You just write here doesn't. He is already here. The answer, yes, he does. Like this. Do the exercises, complete these exercises in your workbook, not in the notebook, on the same page. Complete this page and send the homework. Okay. Okay, this is all for today from English A, Active English book and workbook. Now today we are going to read our grammar book also. This is your grammar book, the grammar tree book 2. Okay, now our third term, final term, is started from page number 58, opposites. What's the heading? Opposites. It's very easy. You can easily understand about the what are the opposites. Opposites means when the two things or two people are entirely different from each other. There is a means fat, thin. This boy is fat, this boy is thin. This is called opposite. The opposite of fat is thin. This girl is tall, this boy is short. The opposite of tall is short. Understand, children? The opposites, the totally different words, we call them opposites. Opposite of short is tall and opposite of tall is short. This animal is small, this animal is big. These pair of words, fat, thin, tall, short, big, small, are opposites to each other in meaning. Understand? I hope you already have an idea about the opposites, because many time in your speaking, in your writing, you use these words to mention the opposites things. Black and white, up and down, day and night, strong and weak, light and heavy, like these words. On the next page, we have these words. Here is a list of simple opposites for you to learn. Happy, sad, night, day, beautiful, ugly, hard, soft, strong, weak, wild, tame, heavy, light, high, low, good, bad, full, empty, bright, dull, open, shut, thick, thin, up, down. These are the opposites of each other. If you have seen these words, then you must write the opposite from here. And if you are seeing these words, then the opposites are there. By seeing the opposites at the top, you have to fill these blanks. I did it one for you. The door is open, but the window is, where is the door? No, sorry, where is the open? The word open, open, open here. And what is the shut? That's why I use the word shut here. The glass is full, but the cup is, what is the opposite of full? Where is the full, full, full? Here is the word full. Opposite is empty. Then you write this word empty, this here. Those who are strong should always help those who are opposite of strong. A strong, strong, here is strong, weak. Always help those who are weak. Okay, children, do it in your book. No need to write in the notebook. Just complete the book page number 59. First read this page 58, then page number 59. Do it with the pencil, with a good writing, clean, that the teacher can understand easily. Write clearly the opposite of these underlined words. Okay, children, that's all for today. I hope you all enjoyed this class. Inshallah, we'll see you in the next class. Take care.